Hey there, my name's Michelle Palmer. I'm a Holy Yoga instructor. And so, welcome. This may be new to you, it may not be. I welcome everybody today to this class, no matter what your belief system is. And I just invite you to come into fellowship and to come into this place of yoga where we can worship with our whole bodies, our whole minds, our whole souls on this yoga mat. And so I want you to receive all that your higher power, your God, has for you today. And then just let go whatever doesn't speak to you. I feel like whatever yoga practice I'm in, that's the place of my heart, of where I begin. So welcome to Holy Yoga. So I want you to settle into this place on your mat. Maybe it's in a crisscross position. Maybe you're sitting in a hero's pose on your knees, maybe with a pillow or a bolster underneath your sit bones. Maybe you even take a pillow or a block underneath your sit bones as you're sitting in this easy crisscross position. It helps tilt the pelvic bone forward and allow those knees to soften, allow the hip to just settle into a softer place. So come onto your mat in a place where you can sit for at least several minutes. Begin to settle into those sit bones. Maybe you sway from side to side. Maybe you take the head, sway it from side to side, shrug the shoulders up and back. And then when you feel like you can come into this place of stillness, maybe you take the hands to the knees in a place of grounding. Maybe you even bring the hands to the mat either side of you into this place of grounding down into the earth below, feeling that connection to something that's greater than ourselves. Maybe you take the palms face up in this place of surrender or worship or letting go. Begin to settle into this space. Can you bring a focus to the breath? Feel the air as it enters in through the nostrils and leaves as you take an open mouth sigh. Maybe you begin to take a softer gaze or even close your eyes completely. Feel shoulders pull back and relax. Soften that tailbone. See if you can let the knees just fall to the sides. Begin to settle into this space. Gently breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe you can hear the sound of the breath right now. Maybe it sounds like the breeze in between the trees. And in yoga, we have this thought that we're supposed to empty out the mind. As you sit here in this meditative state, can you bring a focus to the mind rather than trying to empty it? In yoga, we talk about this monkey mind. We talk about the monkey mind being as if there's all these chattering thoughts and monkeys jumping in our brain as one thought connects with another thought. And the thought of us trying to empty that out can be even more overwhelming as we think about how we're supposed to do that. So as you sit in this quiet place, can you feel the connection with the ground beneath you? Maybe you even acknowledge the crown of the head, this crown chakra, opening up as you receive this beautiful golden light from the heavens above. And as you begin to settle into that vision, settle into the sensation of the breath entering in through the nose and out through the mouth, maybe you can begin to think on things that are lovely and pure and good, as the Bible encourages us to do. And as you sit in this meditative space, just for a few moments before we start our practice, I'd like to read to you a devotion that I read myself this morning. As we grow, we will produce fruit. Do others see the fruit of God's love in our eyes? Do they see His compassion, His persistence? Is our fruit within reach? Are we giving it out in abundance? And is our fruit sweet? Is it healthy? Where does this idea come from that we have fruit to give, to offer? We have this love inside of our hearts. We have this energy. We have this hope that we have that comes from the heavens above, that we can freely give out to others, especially in these hard times. Reading from John 15. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit. For every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the word I've spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. If a man remains in me, and I in him, he will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. And these are the words that Jesus spoke pretty close to the end of his life. And I find it a deep encouragement today that God doesn't call me to do things on my own. He's equipped me. He's given me this purpose. He's given you this purpose. He's given you this fruit to give away freely. And it's free to give. Our love, our time, our energy, our hope, our gifts, our talents. So let's enter into a place of worship this morning. I encourage you to put on whatever worship music you may have at home to back up this video. Wherever you're sitting, whether on your knees or on that crisscross position, if you want to change that right now, feel free to do so. Maybe you blink your eyes open, maybe you keep those eyes closed and take this whole meditative practice today with the eyes closed, just listening to my voice. Sitting right where you are, inhale those hands up to the sky, stretch those fingers up to the heavens, exhale, sweep them back down again. Inhale, sweep those hands up, bring the gaze up as you do so, and then the exhale, tuck that chin into the chest. Inhale, raise those hands back up to the sky. This time, exhale, take that left hand down to the side body and reach up and over with the right hand. Feel those fingertips stretching up as if you were trying to reach the ceiling up above you. Maybe you take that gaze from the ceiling and then sweep the chin around, gazing under the armpit or down into the lap. Inhale, sweep that gaze back up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, take that hand down into connection and sweep that other hand up and over. Inhale, really lengthen that spine, stretch the fingers up towards the sky. Again, maybe that gaze comes up from the ceiling, tucking the chin into the chest, gazing down to the mat. Inhale, take both hands up to the sky. Exhale, take a slight back bend here in these cactus arms. Take a full breath in here, and as you exhale, push those hands together as if you were squeezing a block between your forearms. Inhale, open up that space, take the gaze up to the heavens. Full breath in, exhale, squeeze out those arms, bring those elbows up, shoulders pulled back. Full breath in, exhale, take it back behind you. Inhale, sweep those hands up to the sky. Exhale, take them back behind you. Link those fingertips together. Pull the shoulders back, round and down. Open up that heart space. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, take those hands out in front as if you were grabbing hold of a big beach ball. Round out that back. We're going to take some seated cat-cows here. So take an inhale. Open up that spine. Exhale, round out the spine. Inhale, cactus out those hands. Exhale, round it around that beach ball. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, cactus out those arms. Exhale, take both hands down to the floor. Root down. Take those hands back behind you. Take the feet out in front of you. Maybe you take a slight bend in those knees still. Maybe you keep the legs out straight. Take a full breath in and exhale. Lift those hips off the ground and send that heart space up to the sky. Exhale. Take that seat back down. We're going to keep that right leg out to a slight angle. Tuck the left foot into that right thigh. We're going to sit up nice and tall so the hips are facing forward, tummy's pulled in, shoulders are pulled back. The spine is slightly softened. Don't lock out the knees. Take that right arm, reach it down to the right toes. Left hand comes up. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes up. Move in and out as if those were windmill arms, swaying up and down. Left arm roots down, right arm rises up. The next time that left hand comes in connection with the floor, rise up, take those hips off the floor, open up that heart space and open up that hip space. So we're going to take some moving in and out of this shape. So inhale as we open up that chest space. Exhale, tuck the hips back down on the floor, sweep the hand back round. Inhale, sweep that right hand up towards the heavens, open up that chest space, that heart space. Exhale, sweep it back down. Let's do one more for good measure, and I've also lost count. So I tend to do 3 things on each side. You may get a bonus. Inhale those hands up through center. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that spine nice and straight. You may not be able to go really low. That's okay. I'd rather you keep the integrity of the spine. Keep it nice and straight. Inhaling to lengthen out the spine. Exhaling to see if you can go just a little deeper. Inhale, walk those hands back up towards the body. Switch those legs out. Take that right leg nice and long and straight. Tuck the, left leg's nice and straight. Right leg's tucked in. Sit up nice and tall. Hips shining forward. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, take them down. Inhale, sweep those hands up to the sky. That left hand is going to reach down towards the left toes. Right hand reaches up and over. Exhale, root that right hand down. Sweep the left hand up. Moving in and out of those windmill moves. The nice thing about having this practice at home is not only could you stop the video right here and take some extra, this feels really good, or you could just take an extra 5 minutes and holding in a place of stillness if that feels really good. Next time that right hand is placed down on the mat, rise up, take those hips up, sweep that left hand up to the heavens. Rotating in and out, taking those hips down, sweeping that left hand down, and then taking that left hand back up as the hips come back up. Breathing in and out on these moves. One thing I love about Holy Yoga is I really feel like, especially if I've got worship music on in the background, sometimes these feel like worshipful moves that I would never take in a church space. Inhale, both those hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping that spine nice and straight. Walk those fingers back up to the center of the body. And let's take our feet into a butterfly pose. Maybe swaying from left to right, maybe even flapping those legs if we have butterfly wings. Maybe just swaying the neck from left to right, tucking chin into the chest, gazing up to the sky. And keeping that chin tucked into the chest, I want you to take the gaze over to the right hand shoulder. A lot of our stress is held in our necks, and so let's take some extra time to really get into those neck muscles. So maybe hold in a place of stillness here. Maybe you take gentle, very minute nods with the chin coming in towards the chest. Take another breath in here. Exhale back through center. Take it over to the left hand side. Chin over towards the left shoulder. Maybe holding in a place of stillness. Maybe nodding that head yes. Really tiny moves. Take it back through center. Take the gaze directly out in front of you. And then I want you to take that right ear to the right shoulder. Again, maybe you hold in a place of stillness, relaxing the chin, the jaw, the cheekbones. Maybe you take those real minute chin nods. Really feeling the stretch on the side of the neck. Full breath in, exhale, come back through center. Bring the gaze out in front. And then take that left ear to the left shoulder. Taking tiny nods or holding in a place of stillness. Take a full breath in. Exhale, take the gaze back out in front. Maybe take a few more nods and shakes. Beautiful. Stretch those legs out in front. Take those hands up to the sky. Elongate that spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching the hands towards the feet. Maybe just pointing and flexing the feet. Maybe taking the opportunity to rotate those wrists one direction and the other direction. Don't lock out those knees, keep them nice and soft. Maybe point and flex into those toes. And then we're going to send those legs off to the side and we're going to come into this tabletop position. I want you to make sure that the knees are directly under the hips and the shoulders are directly over the wrists. Begin to settle into this space. If you need some extra padding under those knees, maybe you take a blanket under the knees, or maybe you take the center of your mat and fold it over from the center and take those knees up onto that double portion of mat. If you need extra padding under you, feel free to do that. If not, carry on with the way your mat is. Sway from left to right. Maybe even take some nice big circles with those hips rotating one direction. Remembering to go back the opposite direction. Maybe rocking in and out of child's pose. Maybe sitting the hands further forward. Inhaling, lengthening out, coming in a supported plank. And then exhaling back into our down dog. So whatever your body needs today, coming into that place of honoring your body. We're all made differently. We're all holding our stress differently. We all need just a little something different today. So get in tune with what your body needs and honor it. If you need a little extra time holding in a place of stillness, feel free to let this video keep running. You can always come back to it if you need to hold a little bit longer. And then coming back to that place of a nice flat back tabletop, making sure those wrists are directly under the shoulders. Take a nice full breath in and exhale, shoot that right leg back behind you as if the foot were trying to press up against a wall behind you. Take an inhale, tuck knee to nose, round out the back. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, round. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, round it out. Exhale, push it back. We're going to take that right leg all the way out to the right hand side. Really get those toes rooted down on the earth below. And then rise up. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right hand comes down the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. We're going to really feel that beautiful stretch of the left side body. Really root up, reaching those fingertips up towards the sky. Again, don't lock out that right knee. Keep a softness in that right leg. Inhale, take the hands up to the sky. Exhale, take that left hand down either onto the floor or onto a block next to you. I'll come sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Taking that left hand down to the mat, reaching those right fingertips up to the sky. Take a full breath in. We're going to move in and out of taking that right hand up to the sky, exhaling, sinking over that left leg, sweeping the right hand down. Inhaling, taking it back up again. Exhale, sink the hips over that left thigh. Sweep that right hand down. So I'm not mirroring you right now, so it may look like I'm doing it on the opposite side. Again, I always do things on both sides, so don't worry if it looks like you're not doing the same side as me. We'll get to it. Inhale, rise back up. Hands come up to the sky. Exhale, come back to those tabletop hands, but keep that right leg out to the side. Take the right toes up to the ceiling. Sink back over that left hip. You're going to feel this nice stretch underneath the right thigh. Maybe you come down on the forearms. Maybe you one potato, two potato, those hands out in front of you. Or maybe you can take a block or a bolster or a pillow. Set the forehead down. Settle into that breath. Come back to what brought you here to Holy Yoga today. Take a full breath in. Set those hands back down. Rise back up into a tabletop. And then sweep that right leg back behind you. Maybe shake it out. And then take that left leg back behind you. Take a full breath in. Exhale, round it out. Bring that knee into the nose. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, round it out, knees to nose. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, push it back. Beautiful. Make sure those left toes are placed or faced down towards the floor, flexing into that foot. Take that left leg out to the left-hand side. Root down so we can rise up. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, left hand comes down the left leg. This time, right arm reaches up and over. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take it back up to the sky. Exhale, take that right hand down. Reach up and over with that left hand. So the left leg is nice and straight out behind, out to the side of you. Those left fingertips are reaching up and over. Take a full breath in. Sweep that left hand down. Sink over that right hip. Inhale, rise up. Send that left hand back up to the sky. Exhale, sweep it down. Sink over that right hip. One more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take that left hand down, bring the right hand back in front of you. We're going to send those left toes up into the sky, sink back over the right hip that time. Bring the forearms down, maybe even set that forehead down on the pillow or block or the hand. Full breath in, exhale, come back to that tabletop. Sweep that left leg back behind you. We're going to take the knees out nice and wide. Bring those great toes together. Sink back over the hips. Stretch those hands out in front. Really elongate that spine. Feel the crown of the head reaching out towards the front of the room. Imagine that tailbone being pulled back towards the back of the room. Set that forehead down on the mat. Sway the forehead from left to right. Take a full breath in, exhale. Take it back to that tabletop position. Bring those knees so they're about hip-width distance apart. Take a full breath in. We're going to take that right leg back behind us again. Take the left arm out in front. Take a full breath in. We're going to take that left hand out to the side. And the right leg out to the side. And we're going to sweep back up. Hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, this time we're going to take that left hand down to the floor. The right toes are coming out to the side. We're going to take that right leg off of around to the side so you can see me from the side. Take that right leg off of the floor. Let's bend into that right leg. Reach back with the right hand. Pushing the foot into the hand all at the same time, pulling that foot with the hand towards the sit bones. Pull those shoulder blades back, round and down. Take a full breath in, really opening up that heart space today. Release, coming back to one long line of energy. Set that right foot down. Inhale the hands back up to the sky. Exhale, tabletop hands. Send that right leg back behind you, shake it up. And then set that right leg down to meet the left. Maybe you sway those hips from side to side, shake out the head. Take an inhale, send that left leg back behind you. Let's go this way this time. Left leg back behind you. Right arm out in front of you. Take that left leg out to the side. The right arm comes out to the side. The toes come down onto the floor. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, take both hands up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes down either onto a block or a bolster or onto the floor. Reach up and over, really opening up that left shoulder blade, pulling that heart space back. Take that left leg off the floor, flex into those toes, bend into that left knee, reach back with the left hand, really opening up that heart space. Tuck the tailbone under, really pull those ribs together, pull the tummy muscles in. Beautiful. Take it back to one long line of energy, setting that foot down on the floor, inhaling those hands up to the sky. Exhale, tabletop hands. Send that left leg back behind you. Shake it up. Beautiful. Set those knees back down again. We're going to tuck those toes under, root down into the palms. Take a full breath in. Exhale, rise up into your down dog. Pedal out those feet. Take the gaze under one armpit and then the other. Settle into that breath. And then we're going to walk those feet up towards the hands, coming into our forward fold at the top of our mat. Let those hands hang heavy. Sway the head from side to side as you swing those fingertips along the front of the mat. And then coming back into that center space, I want you just to imagine all this worry, all this stress, all this pressure just falling out of you. Let it all just hang heavy. Release, maybe even with an open mouth sigh. Come back in through center. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring that crown of the head towards the front of the room. Take a soft bend in those knees. Don't lock them out. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe the hands come down in front. Maybe the hands come behind. Bringing those hands down in the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Connect those fingertips around the left wrist and gently pull over to the right hand side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wrap those left fingers around the right wrist. Reach up and over. Inhale, lift up those fingers to the heavens. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Swan dive. Connecting those hands down onto the mat again. Step back with the right foot. Keep that left foot out in front. We're going to drop that right knee so the left knee is bent in front. Untuck those toes. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands come up. Take those hands into prayer hands. Humble warrior over that left knee. Beautiful. Set those fingers down on the mat. Untuck those right toes. We're going to rise up into our runner's lunge. Then we're going to take our fingertips further out to the front of the mat and come up into those standing splits. So take that right leg up into the sky, taking a forward fold over the left leg. Standing splits. Beautiful. Take a full breath in. See if you can balance here. Let's just practice seeing if you can take those fingertips off of the mat. Maybe you bring hands to heart center. Maybe you begin to rise up into your warrior 3 pose. Maybe you don't. That's okay. Some days are better than others. It's all practice. Come back into those standing splits. Exhale, right foot meets left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, hinge of the hips, forward fold. Connect those hands down. Step back with the left foot this time. So the right foot is bent out in front. The left leg is back this time in your runner's lunge. Set that left knee down. Untuck those left toes. Inhale, the hands up to the sky. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. Full breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Go ahead and set those fingertips down, untuck those left toes, rise up into your runner's lunge. Again, take that standing split with the fingertips at the top of the mat, root down on that right foot, really feeling the connection between all 4 corners of that foot. Maybe this side might be a little bit more accessible for that warrior 3 pose. Use that breath. Those fingers back down, standing splits. Left foot comes to meet that right foot. Good work, yogis. Wherever you're at in your practice today is exactly where you're meant to be. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Connect those hands down. Step back with the right foot and then the left foot coming into your down dog. Feel free to stay here or maybe you run through that Chaturanga Vinyasa. Inhaling to your plank. Exhaling, lowering down, keeping those chaturanga arms really tight into the ribs. Chin, chest, belly comes down to the floor. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale, take it up to your down dog. Beautiful. Pedal out those feet. Maybe gaze under one armpit, none the other. Inhale that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing that right leg all the way forward. We're going to stay in a high lunge this time. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hinge forward, humble warrior. Take those fingers out to the front of the mat. Root down on that right foot so you can rise up. Standing splits. Another opportunity to take it into your warrior 3. Or maybe just take those fingers off of the floor. Beautiful thing about yoga, it's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfection. Standing splits. Take that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, take it back down again, hinging at those hips. Send the hands down. Step back with the left foot and then the right. Feel free to stay here in your down dog or run through that Chaturanga Vinyasa. Beautiful. Inhale that left leg up to the sky this time. Exhale, step it through. We're going to root down so we can rise up. Inhale, take those hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take them in that prayer mudra. Take a full breath in. Exhale, bring the crown of the head towards the front of the room, humble warrior. We're going to root down on that left foot this time. Take those hands out to the top of the mat. Rise up. Come into those standing splits. Beautiful, strong yogis.
Maybe on this side you begin again. One side's going to be a little bit more accessible to you than the other, but if you practice this a little bit every week, you may be able to rise up in a place where you didn't think you were going to be able to. Take a full breath in, come back to those standing splits. Take that right foot to meet the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Take those hands up to the sky. Take those hands to prayer hands, right in the center of your heart. Close your eyes. Maybe even release an open our sigh. Feel those ears pulling in alignment over the shoulders. Shoulders come into alignment over the hips. The ribs knitted together. Tailbone tucked under. Tummy muscles pulled in. Nice soft bend to those knees. Rooting down on all four corners of both feet. Take a full breath in. Exhale, and open our sigh. Take another one of those breaths. Take one more. Can you feel you're standing before God? Can you allow Him to have all that doesn't belong to you? All the stress, all the worry, all the emotions. Come into this place of a mountain pose. Take those hands down by the sides. Open up the palms of the hands so they're facing front. Gently lift that chin towards the heavens. This place of surrender and letting go. This place of vulnerability. God does not take us where He won't equip us to go. So can you become fully rooted as if you are rooted into that vine? Feel your roots going down deep into Him who is able to sustain you. Take a full breath in, maybe blink the eyes open, sweep those hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep bend in those knees. Come into a yoga squat. Set the hands down by the sides. Feel free to stay here. Or maybe you take those knees out a little bit wider, taking heels in, toes out, bringing the elbows into the insides of the knees, connecting those prayer hands together. Again, find this place of stability. This wonderful balance of letting go, but being grounded and rooted. Take a full breath in. Maybe you sit up a bit taller. Maybe you take a block or a bolster underneath the sit bones. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you take a soft gaze. Take a full breath in, full breath out. Take those hands down to the sides. Come back onto the sit bones. Take those legs out in front. Shake them out. Maybe point and flex into those toes. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Wrap those hands around the knees. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe tuck that forehead or the chin into the knees. Give yourself a really good squeeze. I think one of the hardest things that we're facing right now is the social distancing. We weren't meant for social distancing. We were meant for connection, for holding, for touching, for loving upon one another. So can you find ways this week and beyond to give yourself what you need for that loving self-care? Take the hands down by the sides. Come down onto the mat. Come down one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you come down through a boat pose, giving yourself that extra little tummy workout. Tuck those knees into the chest, taking that full connection of the spine down to the mat. Tuck those knees up. Exhale. Send that left leg down. Keep that right knee tucked in. Switch out those legs. Tuck in the left knee. Send that right leg nice and long. Tuck in both knees. Open up those knees. Maybe you take those peace fingers, wrap them around the big toes. Send the soles of the feet as if they were going to walk on the ceiling. The elbows come in to the knees and rock from side to side in your happy baby. Make sure that tailbone is firmly planted down on the mat so that you don't tip when you rock from side to side. Maybe you raise up one leg, straightening it out. Take a bend in that leg, straighten out the other one. And if you happen to be somewhere at home where you're close to a wall like I am, maybe you take your legs up the wall, actually connecting the sit bones to the wall and letting these legs actually physically come up against the wall. Feels really good to be able to tee out those arms, let the feet just rest against the wall. It's really good for the digestive system, really good for sleep at night too. Feel free to take any last-minute moves that you feel like you might need to end your practice. And when you're ready, take those legs nice and long down the mat. Let the feet just fall to either side. Take the hands down by the sides, coming into that corpse pose. Gently close the eyes. Settle back into the rhythm of breath that comes most naturally to you. Let go of all work of the body. Let go of all work of the breath. Coming into this corpse pose, fully submitting, fully letting go. Feel free to continue your final savasana for however long you want. Maybe you grab a pillow, a blanket. Maybe you get close to your diffuser at home. Maybe you put on some pretty hand lotion and begin to breathe in that beautiful scent. If you're ready to end your practice, maybe roll over onto one side, coming into that fetal position, knowing that as God calls us to die with him as we approach Easter, and we're familiar with that Easter story, God calls us to pick up our cross and follow him. But in his death, there was also a resurrection. So coming into that fetal position, realizing that we're given this new life, begin to rise up. Sit up into an easy seat position, feeling the length of that spine, feeling the openness of that chest, the ease of the breath. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring a bow and a gentle nod to the head. I'd like, as you settle into this steady, rhythmic breath, this meditation pose, to continue to read a little bit more to encourage you today. In John 15, verse 9, as the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now remain in my love. If you obey my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have obeyed my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. I hope that this has encouraged you today. I thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this holy yoga practice.